What's the dumbest thing your teacher has ever done? So I had this teacher in 6th grade, Mr. Landry, who was one of those old school guys who thought kids today were too soft. Like, he was always going on about how back in his day they walked 10 miles to school uphill both ways and ate peanut butter sandwiches every day without dying. He made it his personal mission to toughen us up. My classmate Evan had this really bad peanut allergy, like the kind where his mom had to email every single teacher at the beginning of the year with bright red warning letters. His EpiPen was in the nurse's office, his file was marked with warnings, and everyone knew about it. But Mr. Landry, he thought allergies were totally made up by overprotective parents. He'd actually joke about it during class. Back in my day, we had peanut butter every single day and we turned out just fine, he'd say while rolling his eyes. These days, parents baby their kids over everything. So one Monday, we had this cultural food day thing where everyone brought dishes from their families. Evan brought this really nice fruit salad his mom made. Nothing fancy, just safe food he could actually eat. Mr. Landry was walking around making everyone share their food to build community or whatever. When someone offered Evan a piece of this peanut sauté dish that May brought, Evan quietly said no thanks and kept eating his fruit salad. But Mr. Landry noticed and called him out right in front of the whole class. "You're not going to try May's dish? What, you think you're too good for other people's food?" Evan got all red and mumbled something about his allergy. Mr. Landry literally rolled his eyes so hard I thought they might fall out. "Oh please, one tiny bite isn't going to kill you." Then this crazy man actually took a small piece of the sauté, cut it up with his plastic knife, and put it right on Evan's plate. Like, he physically served him the food that could literally send him to the hospital. "There," he said, "now eat it. You're being disrespectful and wasting May's hard work." Evan started crying and backed away from the table. He was shaking and everything. A bunch of us started telling Mr. Landry to stop, but he just got louder. "This is exactly what I'm talking about. You kids are too coddled. It's just food." Thank God for Katie Morrison. She jumped up and ran straight to the nurse's office. Mrs. Garcia, our nurse, came sprinting into our classroom like her hair was on fire. She took one look at Evan backing away from the table with tears streaming down his face and the piece of sauté sitting on his plate, and she lost it. "What did you do?" she yelled at Mr. Landry. And I mean yelled. We'd never heard Mrs. Garcia raise her voice before. She grabbed Evan and started checking his breathing and heart rate right there in front of everyone. Then she turned back to Mr. Landry and just went off. "You could have killed him. This is a medical condition, not a suggestion. What is wrong with you?" Mr. Landry tried to defend himself, saying he was just trying to teach us not to be picky eaters. Mrs. Garcia cut him off and told him to step outside immediately. She called the principal, Evan's parents, and probably half the school district. The whole class just sat there in shock. May was crying because she felt bad about her food being involved. Evan was still shaking even though he didn't actually eat any of it. By that afternoon, word had spread to literally every parent. The PTA was flooding the school with angry calls. Evan's mom showed up ready for war, talking about lawyers and negligence. The principal held this emergency meeting with Mr. Landry that we could hear through the walls because people were shouting. Mr. Landry got suspended immediately, like they escorted him out of the building that same day. By the end of the semester, he was no longer with the district, which is fancy school talk for fired. And now every single classroom has these big signs that say, "No food shaming, no exceptions." Plus, all the teachers have to take this training about allergies and medical conditions every year.